say how impactful our session was yesterday and how it is going to be wonderful today. For those of you that said you want to take your volunteering experience further, you can see, as the topic says, you're not just doing it, you're not just having experience, you are not just gaining experience, you are going to maximize your volunteering experience. So welcome, Ayomi Ogundipe with me with your emojis or your reactions in the chat box, please. Thank you. Welcome, Ayomi Ogundipe. You have the floor now.
Hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here today. I'm figuring out a lot of things. I don't know where to start. So basically, I think somebody's sharing my screen for me. Yes, somebody's sharing my screen. Please, can you go to the first slide? Okay, so yesterday we did a whole lot of how to do this, creating this, how to know what to do, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, the feedbacks are really amazing. Basically, today we are just going to do a continuation of what we had yesterday. So yesterday was just setting the content, setting the pace. I mean, you want to volunteer and all of that. But then majority do not know where to start, how to get started. And I think that was what we did yesterday. If you can confirm that in the comment section. If you had that clarity problem, I hope you won't say I still have clarity problem from tomorrow. Because that was literally what we did yesterday, setting the pace, and ensuring that, I mean, you know what you want to do. And then today we'll talk about how to maximize your volunteering experience. I talked about my volunteering experience yesterday. And, you know, I've talked about my volunteering experience every other time. But one thing remains that, I mean, it's just 7 years. I have people that have volunteered for over 7 years, but maybe we are not in the same place today. Maybe they did not, maybe they are not, maybe there's something going on with them. Maybe something has happened along the line. But then there's a difference between somebody who decides to take action and then somebody who decides to just let it pass the way it is. One thing I always say is that I'm not the first person to volunteer. Rather, I'm not the first person to be the best volunteer. I am the best. If you work with me, you know I am the best. Neither am I the first person to be the best volunteer in a team. But then one thing makes us different. One thing makes us different. What's that one thing? That's what we are doing today. And I always say that, thing I would always say is that if you are a volunteer and you get to maybe learn from me per se, or maybe see the way I work, you will know that there's a difference. Really, there is that difference. And I mean, I am not special. I am nothing. I think I just know how to make best use of opportunities, of moments, and of every experience. I would give you a gist about the last interview I did sometime in October. So I had an interview. Oh, I think I should just say about my OIC, but let's start with my interview. So I had an interview in October, I think. Yes, October. And I mean, the woman was really excited. She said this and that. She said this and that. And then she went on to say, if not that she had read my CV and she knew I graduated in 2020. I just finished my NYC 2023. That she would have thought I have like original experiences, the way I was talking, the way I was communicating and all of that. And then I'll take you back to my NYC. I remember I got my PPE from Instagram. Weird, yeah. I got my PPA from Instagram, and it was just a random woman. She commented on a post. She needed somebody to. She was starting an NGO, and then she needed somebody to help her with some grant or something. And then, I mean, that was just the kindness of my heart. And I just reached out to her. I sent her a DM that, oh, hi, ma'am, my name is this and that. Remember I told you to know how to shoot your shots yesterday? I am the queen of shooting shots. So I just went, and that was just it. I just wanted to do that for doing sake. And I just went to her DM. Oh, I saw I see your question, and I think I didn't go with the let me work for you and I will pay you, all those kind of things. I just basically told her that, oh, I saw what you said you needed, but I don't think that's what you should focus on. This is what you should do. I mean, I thought from experience, I was sitting fast. And this woman just said, please, can you come to my office by 12? So I think I sent the message in the midnight, and then she responded around 5 a.m. I mean, night crawlers now. And then she just told me, can you come to my office by 12 a.m. my co-founder will be there and then we can just have a meeting with you. Mind you, it was just scrolling on Instagram and I just saw this comment and I just decided to respond. I mean, how will you say you want to look for grants when you've not done the work? That was just, I mean, I just responded professionally, maybe. And then she said, so when she saw me, she was like, she now said, I mean, it was not the CV conversation. So she was like, okay, so what can I do for her? And I told her, oh, I was just a cop out. I mean, I'm looking for PPA. That if she could, maybe, I mean, if she, I just told her, oh, I'm just a copper. It's not as if I want to work for that. I mean, I was eyeing big NGOs that time now. And she just said she really wants me to work with her, that she likes my enthusiasm and then she likes my energy. I have energy. I don't need to tell you people, I have energy. And then she liked my energy and she just, and then the Alaja came, that's our partner, co-founder. And then they just said, oh, how much are we going to pay you? How do you want to work? Meanwhile, it was just I mean, I just responded, I just wanted to help out. Oh, you can't do this without doing it. And then she said, what stood out for her that she reached out to me? She showed me shots. People really responded. People with 15 years experience, people with like, there was even a guy that eventually came to, because he went to look for me, that how did I get to work with her? His name is Steven. He had to ask me, what did I do? I'm like, I didn't do anything. But in my boss's voice, in her boss's words, she said, one thing that stood out for her was that I didn't tell her I wanted to work with her. I didn't tell her to bring money. I just responded to her. I just responded to her properly, and then I just told her what to do. What's there? It's not if you come and pack my brain to get the how to do this thing. I just really responded. And that was it. PPA sorted. I worked with her for, it was an NGO, you already can tell. And then I worked with her for the period of my NYC. So why am I saying this? I was then, it was still 2022, 2017. That's 5 years. A graduate, just a graduate, nothing more. And I studied animal nutrition. So it's not something related to this space. But then one thing is that I would always leverage on all my volunteering experiences, And that's why I would never go on to join any organization that we don't have, there's no relationship. Remember we said it yesterday. So this is me just doing a feedback, a recap of what we did yesterday and then we move right in. So remember I told you yesterday that any organization you want to volunteer for, what should be on your mind is how can we, not like you are reaching up for them, how can we benefit from one another? I am so passionate about children's education. She was working with widows and orphans. And then I know a lot of children on the streets because they are orphans, they don't get to go to school. I remember even at then, I was already sponsoring about 3 widows' children. So, I mean, it was just something that was a synergy. I will not go to health related. I mean, I already give the examples yesterday, right? So literally, just know how to, that's what you're going to learn today, how to milk out your experiences and turn them to gold. When you hear me speak, you'll be wondering, is it not just this volunteering all of us are doing together? But then there's something I do differently. And I hope that is going to work for you today. Please, did they tell us? I mean, Deborah, I remember I told you to ask them to give us their expectations. Did they? I want to check if I have anyone I can read. Okay, nobody did. No wahala. You can't do that one again. Okay, so let's go right into it. Do a slideshow. Sorry. Okay. So volunteering strategically. What does it mean? Why do we have to add that big word? So I'm coming, sorry. To come up now. Why do we have to have that big word to volunteering? I remember I was on an IG live last year, December, and the conversation was with an HR. And I just mentioned this, and he asked me, I mean, sincerely, why do I have to say they should volunteer strategically? And this is my definition for it. This is my explanation for that. Everybody knows where they are going. So only if, I mean, there are uncertainties. I don't have it all figured out yet. There are maybe still questions, but you know what you want to see. You know the kind of line you are going to. So maybe, no, not maybe someday, I want to be in the highlight of menstrual health education in Nigeria. And then when UN is looking for people to work with, I want to be one of those persons that they can reach out to themselves. I don't need to lobby for these things because they have seen the proven track record. Now, that is one of my big goals. That is one of the things I dream about literally every day. I will not now see opportunities. So, I mean, it is just normal. What kind of opportunity should I look for? What kind of volunteering should I do if it's not related to what one of my big goals? So now, this is what I say. When you are looking for a job, you as a medical doctor, I know they have their specialties. They have, I'm very ignorant when it comes to health. So let me use what I know, I beg. Let's say people in education. People in education. There are people that maybe they studied statistics major. Some people did this mathematics. Some people did English. Some people did phonics and all of that. Now, maybe let's say you want to volunteer and then you study statistics. I would not think you should go and be working with a company that does phonics training, phonics, this and that, because at the end of the day, what advantage will it be to you? And it's two ways. Somebody asked me one time, when you tell people to volunteer for Edukali, you're just telling them to volunteer for their own needs. Volunteering is two sides. I win, you win. Organization is winning, I am winning. I cannot give my all to an organization. And then at the end of the day, my bank is zero. There's nothing to show for it. It's just pictures. I'm happy to share that I volunteered with Able Bot Initiative and then we shared 50 cards. What did I learn in the process? What is the experience I'm gaining? Tangible experience. What are the skills I am owning? And in case I forget to mention this, let me say it now. For you to actually gain skills and then get quality experiences as a volunteer, you have to take positions. You have to be really, really ready to work, not like work. But you can't be one of those people on the group chat that they're saying, please show up by 5. I mean, you can go to the DM of, I thought you about shooting your shot yesterday, but I'm not saying that you should now be doing it ridiculously. What I just know is that there is always that gain when you take the extra step. When you do the extra, everybody did call for volunteers. All of us are volunteering. But what if you are that volunteer that makes it all easy for the founder? What if you are that volunteer that make the project more interesting? What if you are? All of us, if you are volunteered before, all of us can bear me witness that there are always one volunteer that if they don't show up for events, you miss them. Or everybody is just their friend. They appear in every picture, not because they want to come and post, not because they want to be the ones that their teeth are shining bright, not because they are just always there, because there's just that energy, there's just that morale. You think they are not tired, you think they don't want to be looked. But everybody is doing this because maybe they know the key. So let me tell you something that happened last year, August. Jesus. I will ensure I go through on my slides. So last year, August, I joined the project. So last year, I told her I was not going to volunteer last year, aside for 2 organizations. I was so certain. I was just going to work for 2 organizations. And for personal reasons, again, now we're saying they find where you want volunteer. So I remember when I got to that project, it was an 8 weeks project. And on the onboarding day, they told us you have to show up for 8 Saturdays, going to an IDP camp. You have to show up every day. You have to show up every other Saturday. So it was, before you can get your certificate or your recommendation letter, you have to come for at least 5 Saturdays out of the 8. Okay, Saturdays are always very busy for me. But then I really wanted to be a part of this project. So what I did was, I think I did one on, one off. Or I went for the first 3 Saturdays, then I didn't go for 2 weeks. At the long run, I went for just 4 weeks. And it was not that I was trying to, I'm very busy on Saturdays, very busy, fit on Saturdays. And, when we were doing our volunteer award or volunteer whatever, guess who had the best volunteering, whatever, they tried to give me one award that was best volunteer. And then I actually sat down to think about it. It was not even people showed up for 8 weeks. People showed up for 8 weeks. But I just did 4 weeks. Why do you think me that showed up for 4 weeks could get best volunteering award? That's just the difference. There's a difference where it's not about, at the end of the day, it's not about showing up. It's not about coming through. It's not about, we snapped pictures. It's about the quality of impact you are giving to the teams you join. It's about can they feel you? Can they relate to your presence? What happens when you're not there? Like something like that. So I tell myself all the time, I want to be that volunteer that when I don't show up for your project, you don't have to tell me, but you miss me. I'm not saying that I'm inevitable or something. I'm just saying that there's something special I'll do for you that you will not find in another person. And all of this is because I have a goal. All of this is because there's something in my mind when I'm volunteering. So when I want to refer to, so imagine I want to do an application now, and then I need a recommendation or I need them to do something for me. I can freely walk up to them to say, this and this, so please, I don't even need to beg before they give me original recommendation letter. Why? There was something I did to their project. There was something I did to their team. So steps volunteering strategically, define your goals for each role. It's not being selfish. You are not Madam Teresa. You are not, you might aspire to be Madam Teresa, but you're not Madam Teresa. You cannot be jumping around and then jumping. You don't have any goal, no thoughts, nothing. You just want to show up and take pictures. Some people's life depends on this picture. Me, I take pictures. So in fact, if you follow me, you know that I have a lot of volunteering pictures. But then the most important thing is, after that volunteering event, what happens? Is there are you taking a step forward, or is it just casual? Then research organizations that align with your vision. We already did this yesterday in depth, and then be intentional about the skills you want to develop. Now, I go back to my story. So for that August event, it was a summer camp. They teach the kids for 3 hours, and then we give them lunch. We teach the kids for 3 hours, and then we give them lunch. For me, it was not about don't forget that yesterday I told you when it comes to education, there was something I was looking out for. I'm not all game for, there was just I choose well. And my goal for that project was very simple. I wanted to be the back end for the program manager. And that was what I did. I was not showing up every other Saturday, but there was nothing that they did that was really outside me. Even the closeout events that it was just, hey, what we are doing. What do you think? What do you think? I was just a volunteer, but there was a way I positioned myself on the first day, and then it just stick that EY is a big part of this project. So be intentional about the skills you want to develop on every project. Every project is not the same thing. Every project is not the same thing. What you are gaining here might not be what you are gaining there, depending on organizations again. Yes. So how do you set your clear goals? How do you have those goals, Andy? And why is it important? The first thing is it helps you know how to give your all to a project. So like I said, I already knew that I was not all in for the whole we thought I was not all in for the teaching. In fact, I had the opportunity to teach, I rejected it. I was not ready to say, maybe because I don't want to confuse myself. I don't want to do this today and then do this tomorrow. How did I begin to start teaching again? So I was so certain I was not ready to teach from this. At the summer camp. I was so sure that I was not doing this and that. But I was very, very clear that I wanted to be sort of a counselor to the children. It's IDB camp. If you know IDB camp, you know what we are saying. And when it comes, so the days I went for the event, for the project, are days where we needed to do special sessions. Maybe we wanted to do one-on-one. Maybe I knew what I wanted to get on the project. And it just helped me to contribute. It helped me to show up well. It helped me to maybe know when to show up too. So ensure your efforts, your goals matter because it ensure your efforts contribute meaningfully to your personal and professional growth. So when you volunteer, there's the personal thing. You're doing it for, I said it yesterday. I volunteer because it's fun to me. When people ask me, how do you have fun? What's your fun? That kind of question. Just take me to where children now. I like that's all. Any other thing. Movie, okay, maybe reading. Movie, all of these things doesn't really matter. Just take me to where I'll see children or I'll see girls. I remember I was not feeling fine last month, and then we had to show up for a project. I was on nose mask. I couldn't talk properly. My nose was blocked. We had to even travel. It was really, I could not talk to our journey. I was like, God, why did I leave my house? Because I was looking really bad. But then, guess who saw the girls, and then was already, my friend had to ask me, was I pretending in the car? Why can I do like that? Because it's I don't know, it's just so interesting to me. So there's that personal thing, and then there's the professional part. I'll not say because it's interesting, I'll not be my professional, my professional, whatever. So example of goals, develop project management skills. I'm trying to rush because these slides are a lot. So I am a project manager today, not because I learned project management. Of course, I eventually have to take professional trainings and all of that. But my first 5 years of I'm saying I'm a project manager, and I was managing an amazing project. I did not take any course. It was just re-land experience because I know if I am on your project, if I'm not the project lead, maybe I'll be the assistant project manager. I'm not sure I've been assistant before, or I'll be your coordinator. Let me know what I defined. Let me know what I want build. So that's exactly because I know what I want to build. I'm able to contribute to you, your own project, your organization's project, and even my own. So my CV, when you see my CV, in fact, for I've stopped updating the volunteering experiences in my CV because I'm like, it's not come and ask me, am I actually sure about all these things? Of course, they are evident everywhere. But then I have all my experience well documented, well this, well that, because I know what I'm looking for and I get it all every other time. So build a network of professionals in a specific field. I don't network with everybody when I go for events. I'm not saying you should copy me. I don't network with everybody. I know the kind of people I want to work with. I know the kind of people I want them to be around me. I know the kind of people that we will share opportunities and then become. I mean, because we are going to the same place now, I cannot pack all the. I've volunteered for 7 years. Imagine I have 10 friends from each project. I don't need to be too much. The SMART goals framework. I mean, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. This one, when you get to your breakout session, you do it yourself. Can you see? Okay. Okay. So setting goals exercise. So all of these exercises today will not take time on it. I will just explain and then I go to the next slide. I'm still thinking if I'm going to share my slides. Oh, I thought as much. My screen is not showing it. Okay. We go again. I think that's network. Please give me 2 seconds. So what's on my screen is setting goals exercise. So the task is that you write down one personal goal and one career goal you want to achieve through volunteering. One personal goal and one career goal you want to achieve through volunteering. And I'll use myself as an example again. So through volunteering, what's the personal goal I want to achieve? For now, I am not volunteering, so I don't have I don't have a current goal. But for last year, when I knew I wanted to volunteer for 2 organizations, my sorry, my personal goal was that I wanted to meet 2 persons. I wanted to, not catch up, not meet means, not the meet and then take picture, then you come and post. I wanted to meet them and then make a mark, like a mark that they will come and say, yes, a mark that they will know that they met somebody. I wanted to do that, just 2%. Did I achieve my aim? Yes, one of them is my mentor now. So now, that is one thing I say. It depends on you. You will be the one to say, to state your want. Please, I'm sorry. Please, can you hear me correctly? Is it better? Is it still echoing? All right, thank you. I don't know. Is it echoing? Don't echo. So I said my personal goal for last year was I just wanted to meet 2%. And 2023, when I got to that was last year, was in 2022 when I got to Abuja, I needed friends. I was restless. Every Saturday, I'm just in my house. Every day after PPA, I'm just in my house. After CDS, I feel like a senior copper. After CDS, I'm just in my house. And I was bored. And I just knew that, okay, I needed to step out of my house. I needed to. So that was my personal goal for 2 years ago. Last year was just, I volunteered just because of 2%. And yes, I got it. For professional, for career goal, that's a bit personal. So now I said this so that you can know how to set your own goal. For personal goal, what do you want to see? What do you want to learn? Don't forget I said it yesterday that I don't know if it was yesterday. Okay, I think it was content creation. So when you are volunteering, you are not volunteering because you are you are jobless or you are chanced. Or I mean, I am a big, I would say volunteer, right? But I would not say volunteer like a fool. That's why we started with volunteering strategically. So what do you want to learn? What do you want to do? I remember volunteering for an organization in 2019. It is a very big organization, one of the top four in Nigeria, and I led their team in Ogun State. Why did I volunteer for them? I wanted to have that structure. I wanted to work in a place where I was still in, it was COVID, I was in final year. Okay, 400 level into 500 level, I think. I wanted to have that structure. So I had volunteered for different organizations. I volunteered for these people, these people, these people. But I mean, I'm not trying to tell any organization that, but they were just small organization. But today, they are my big, if I show up at your interview and I tell you I volunteered for blah, 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 I led their team. I was one of their 100 clinical. You will know that I'm not small, right? And that was one of the goals. That was one of the things I worked with them. It was really annoying. In fact, they are the worst organization I've worked with. Worst organization I've worked with in my life. But I had to stay because there was something I wanted to gain. There was something I wanted to do. There was publications from them I wanted my name to appear at so that I can, like today, make reference to that. So all of these, have something in your mind before you fill a volunteer form. It's funny how because people know, oh, how I'm big on volunteering, they share me a lot of forms, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this one. I'm not showing up for this one. Why do I have to show up for all of those ones when it's not because I have a mindset to volunteering. So do this. I said I was not going to spend time, but no. So do this, and then let's see how it works for you. Oh, I think I jumped. All right. Documentation, the power of keeping records. Maybe if you go to my LinkedIn, you can see. If you go to my Instagram, there are some pictures that I'm supposed to have deleted. I didn't delete it because how will you know all these stories I'm telling you that I'm not lying? How will you confirm that I'm actually telling you the truth? I left it there that, okay, in case one day somebody comes and wake up and decides to ask me one foolish question, I just go and forward that post. And a lot of times people say, you people, you just make noise on internet, you just make noise on LinkedIn. I'm happy to share, I'm happy to tweet, and da 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 da. And I mean, I can't argue, I can't say anything, but I mean, waiting they do for me. So I don't know, but if you have done some call for volunteers, you've seen how that they will tell you to paste your social media links, please share us your LinkedIn link, share us your Instagram link, share us your Facebook link. And do you think they are going to check your fine face? Is that what you think they are going to do? It is what you have done. It is to see those you have worked with. See, the NGO sector, you don't want to know what's going on there. But like I said yesterday, nobody wants to work with a mediocre. Nobody wants to bring somebody on board that they have to start saying, can't you see? Don't you know? Do you not know? Da, 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 da. Nobody wants to do that. So they want to check you out. People want to know what you are doing. I've gotten a lot of opportunities just because I shared. Not like I'm sharing today or maybe I shared today. It's basically, okay, so let me tell you what happened earlier this year. Somebody just reached out to me, a casual person on LinkedIn. That LinkedIn app, better hug it well. Somebody just reached out to me on LinkedIn. I mean, I just checked his profile. He was a young guy. I didn't even check his role or something. I mean, in my head, all of us on this LinkedIn, we should know what we are doing. And then he sent me a long message. I see what you do. I see you can call. I would like to have a conversation with you. Anyways, I'm happy to share that that conversation led to something great. So now, and I remember it was then that I used to take break a lot. My break is very fun. I can take break 10 times in a year. It was one of those I'm on break thing. So imagine I had not shared maybe what I had on my LinkedIn page, or wherever it is you went to check me out. If you go to, I'm not bragging, but go to Google, type my name on Google, tell me what you see. Go to Google, type my name on Google, come back and tell me what you see. That's the power of documentation. That's the power. It helps you keep track record. It helps you to track your progress and growth. I mean, what I had posted, I think my first event in 2018, I didn't even post majority of them. Because then all those things did not even make sense to me. That I said I worked with rape now. I did one rape project for 1 year. Every outreach, I'll be crying like a baby. A girl will be telling me how somebody raped them. We are trying to file the case. Now me go they cry. It was so bad for me. And then maybe because of the ODO emotion thing, I didn't share. Today, if they ask me, have you worked on GB? I will not say yes very well. Why? I don't have any. In fact, on my CV is not there. I don't have. Maybe I can go and look for pictures in my drive, but there is nowhere in my social media that describes that I've done those things. So documentation is very important. One for you, and then maybe one for people that wants to work with you. The kind of opportunities you get when we can see what you have done is kind of different. I mean, I do not lie. If you reach out to me, WhatsApp anyway, the first thing I'm doing is checking you out. I want to know you before I start conversation, so that I will know the kind of conversation we are having. Is it serious or not? Should I use emoji? Maybe I should use sticker. That kind of thing. So what should you document? Don't come and post picture and put I'm a Gemini. All those people, whatever you guys do. Don't do all of those things. Come online. Tell us what you did to the project. If I see your post on LinkedIn and what you're posting is we showed up for Kiniko. I already know that it's all you people that used to go and volunteer and you don't just take pictures. Take pictures, then you come and be posting for us. What did you do for the project? Did you help with the attendance? Did you help with talking? Did you talk to the children? Did you have one-on-one conversations? What did you do? What did you do? We are not interested in the picture. We are only interested in what you contributed to that project. Your key achievements are maybe in part. I mean, key achievements is as simple as, and this is why if you are building a career, and then you want to use volunteering to do that, I would not advise that you volunteer for events, one-off events, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's just that you people just do protocol. Sorry. It's just that maybe you share refreshments. That's a role, though. I'm not saying it's not a role. But for somebody like me, if I write it on my CV that I joined them and then I shared this, there's already a lot of contract. I told you there's something I'm building. So join a place where you can get what you want. You can get what you want. And then challenges face and how you address them. So all of these three, let me use an example. I really don't want to talk about the organization. But then so my role as the last organization experience I had was project lead, I think. So let's say I want to document that now. I was whatever way I start. I volunteered for the name of the organization in the capacity of project management. I led this event. That was what we were able to do. We had 200 girls show up for this event from 10 schools. I will give the numbers. Maybe I want to talk about the key achievements. My key achievements is that I was able to pull off partnerships. I was able to have conversations with our speakers, have conversations with schools and stakeholders for the project. Do you manage the team, challenges faced? I talked about it and now I addressed it. So if I come and I post that on LinkedIn, I mean, you see the pictures from the event, and then maybe somebody comes and they just post a picture. I volunteered for Able Forth Initiative yesterday. You can see the difference, right? Okay. So I maybe you can take a screenshot of this. Maybe. So draft a sample entry for your volunteer portfolio, organization, name and role, what you are doing. I mean, so for somebody like me that I've volunteered for a number of organizations, I can't put that on my CV. I can't be putting like 15 organizations on my CV or maybe 25 projects that I've led on my CV. So what do? I have different not CV profile, different profile for different things. So when it comes to project management, I know the want to pull off. When it comes to menstrual health and hygiene, I know the want to pull off. When it comes to working with adolescents, I know the want to pull off. So why do I have these things handy? Because I document them. I mean, it doesn't have to be on my social media a lot of times. Because how many will I post? Melo. Then building relationships with intention. So nobody is giving me time. Nike, I don't know what's up. When am I supposed to stop or something? Okay, let's assume they did not hear me and then continue. So you're going to go to our breakout session, I think after now, after these two slides. Building relationships with intention. The truth is, you cannot, there are some volunteering opportunities you will not have access to if you don't know the right people. If you want to get volunteers, this is me quoting Peladro to you. If you want to get volunteers, you get them through volunteers. So now, because I do a lot of work around volunteering, there are a lot of people that reach out to me. Hi, EY, we have this event tomorrow, and then we need 10 people to work with us. There is stipend, there is that. Why can't they reach out to me? Because they know that I have a pool of community that I can send that to, and they will get what they need. So somebody somewhere is outside saying you don't get opportunities. Maybe you don't know the right people. Just maybe. They're not talking through volunteering. Don't go to event and you'll be doing like onions. Don't go to event and then you're the one you're sitting at one corner, pressing your leg, pressing your phone. Why did you leave your house? So cultivate genuine connections, be consistent in communication and support. I don't know if I'll check if she's still on the call. There's somebody I want to give shout out to. And then practical tips, follow up after project to thank you messages. Don't you see that exchanging contacts and then there's nothing you can do about it. Don't do that. You know why you want to connect with me. You know why I know why I want to connect with you. So what happens after the event? I say, well, thank you for meeting. Thank you for sharing your contact with me yesterday. Oh, I already went. The first thing I do, like I said, I go to your social media platforms. I want to see what you are doing so that I will know how we can work together. That's how I think. How we can collaborate, what we can do together, how we can be beneficial to one another. I don't leech off people, but there's something we can always bring to the table together, and we will bring out something beautiful. So I've gone to your profile and I've seen what you're doing. Oh, I see what you do around Kiniko. I think I want to be on that project. I'll just show up. That's how to build genuine connections, not how are you? I'm fine. This is where why are you asking? Why? I'm not saying you should not be caring, but then everybody has what I mean, everybody is busy. Can we just have nice conversations? Engage with organizations and leaders on social media. See, everything, I don't want to say start and end, right? But then a lot of things happen on the social media space. And you can't be sleeping on opportunities because you don't want to care or you don't want to take the extra step. I said it yesterday. Imagine you keep engaging an organization you really want to work with. They will one day wake up and come to your DM. I'm not joking. They will one day come to your DM and then tell you, oh, thank you for sharing our stories. Then you can start the conversation with them. I really want to work with your team. How can I be on board? They will respond to you. Offer solutions to challenges faced by organizations. That's the first thing I think about. Like I said, I want to be the best volunteer on your team. I want to give you what you miss when you don't see me again. So when I join a project and everybody is introducing themselves, there's really a lot of times I just say, oh, I'm a I don't know what to introduce myself as yet until I know what you guys are doing and what I can do to help you. So in my head, let's say your community is not vibing and then everything is just dry. I can start to reach out to the founder. Hi, Abigail. Please, can I take on the community manager role? I just want to have conversations with people on the group. Oh, will not be happy that somebody wants to take a burden of them. And that's how you start. There's a challenge they are facing, and it's something I can offer them. Simple, basic. In that founder's head, there's something that strikes about you. Social media leverage, using social media strategically. I think we already talked about that at some point when we were at documenting your experience. Share your volunteering journey to inspire others and show your expertise. Of course, I'm telling you to come and volunteer, but then there's something I'm actually doing. I'm leaving a print in the heart of people that when it comes to this, I'm the one you should come and meet. That's it. But then it looks like, oh, she talks about volunteering a lot. So when you go to LinkedIn, and then I did a poll one time, and I had not posted about volunteering that for a while. Then I just said, oh, I just wanted to ask, when you see my name and my post, what exactly comes to your mind? Oh my God, it was so amazing. Different names. I have plenty names on LinkedIn. So engage with organizations by commenting on their posts and joining online events. I did an interview last year, December, and maybe I got on the interview. The lady said, you are very familiar. Your name is familiar. I don't know where I know you. And then I asked her on my camera. She said she doesn't know me, but my name, that Ayomi Kosomodipe, she's very sure she knows me. At the end of the day, she sent me a message after the interview that, oh, she has seen me at their events and then I am in their community. I mean, everybody can be in their community, but then there's that Ayomi person that always goes the extra mile. So key platforms, LinkedIn is your best friend, but then Instagram, maybe to share your stories. Twitter is this period now, November, December, a lot of people are coming on Twitter to say, oh, I want to work on a project next year. I need people to work with me. I think that's when Twitter does that, helps volunteering people a lot. But you see, LinkedIn and Instagram, they are your best friend. Then keep platforms, tag organizations and mentors. You went for an event. Let's say you don't even meet the founder. But then when you're posting, sharing your story on your LinkedIn, what happens to, oh, thank you to Able Force Initiative and Deborah Ajiboye, their founder, who created something beautiful. Thank you for giving us it. See, the way I appreciate people that give me opportunities to volunteer, you'll be wondering, did they pay this girl? To me, I'm like, thank you for giving me the space to say I volunteered with your organization. I'm literally just thanking you for creating what you're doing. I mean, if there was no project that you're doing, I won't show up at your event. And some people, it looks like they should thank me instead. Now, I mean, nobody thank people. So use relevant hashtags to reach your audience wider, or you have heard all of my stories, you would know that I'm basically that kind of person that whatever organization I volunteer for, there is that mark I'm leaving. There is something that there is me, there is something. And truthfully, I'm not doing it because of show off, or I'm doing it because it's now already a part of me that even when I'm just on my own sitting down, I want to act gentle, something come and meet me. So on Thursday, somebody reached out to me and said, blah 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 blah. We've been on this group since like August, and like I'm not sure I've sent a message to that group. I'm just there when they need us to do tasks. I do them. I just really want to be quiet. I really want to be quiet. And the coordinator just reached out to me. Please, just so he kept saying, good afternoon, how are you? Me, all professional. Good afternoon, sir. Hope you're having a great day. Da, 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 da. You know, said, you are sounding quiet. This is somebody that I don't know. Maybe he knows me from Instagram or wherever he thinks he knows me. I don't know him. And he said, you are sounding quiet. Why are you quiet? I'm like, I'm quiet. Excuse me. And yes, this way I am. Thank you. I am quiet. Excuse me. And he said, no, I know you. Your social media says otherwise. You're not, whatever. After all the dragging back and forth, I want you to please engage. So now he has not heard me talk about this before. And he said, I want you to please help us engage the community. We are starting a Instagram live series next year, January. And then we want you to be the host. I'm like, I've not even said ta in this people's group chat since we did our course and all of that. I've just been on my own, Mia. Why? Why do you think somebody can just walk up to me, a total stranger? Because I won't joke to you when I say I don't know this person. Just basically walk up. I know he's the coordinator of the project. Maybe he found, I don't know. And he said he wants me to host it next year. I'm like, I've not even planned my own next year. You're already planning next year for me. So apparently, there's just that me effect everywhere I go to, every organization I work with. It's not late back. So creating a lasting, how to leave a legacy, innovate, mentor, and be consistent. You have to be consistent. You cannot be doing on and off. Meanwhile, consistency is not that you're showing up. Consistency is not the vibe that people think it is every day. That's really not what consistency is, right? To me, consistency basically to me is showing up well, showing up good, not when you want to, not when you like, but when it's necessary, when you are going to be needed, when you are going to be important. Then Now let's talk about challenges in volunteering. So all of the gist and all of everything, volunteer, don't volunteer. Volunteering is stressful. Giving bad vibes. Though. They will try your patience. They will, I'm saying they because of course organization. They will step on your toes. Some will look down on you. Some will act as though they are doing you a favor. Some will do this and that. But at the end of the day, like I said before, you know what you are there for. You know what you are looking for. You know what you want to gain. You know what you want to actually get from whatever it is you are doing. So don't let me bubble you that there are challenges. And most of the time, okay, I'm not even checking my side. What's the first one? Feeling undervalued or unrecognized. Maybe, okay, I don't say this. But there are people you go out to volunteer with, and then you are wondering, now me and they talk like this. Do you know me? I mean, let's talk about the somebody was on the call that said he has 30 years experience. Maybe I heard wrong, but there's a number of big years experience. Imagine somebody like that now coming to volunteer for your event and then they tell him that please help us carry just one ridiculous task. There's that mind that gives you, are you guys whining me? You're supposed to call me up to be your speaker. But then there's the part where you have to learn how to manage your time. Volunteer burnout is real. Volunteer burnout is very real. Very, very real. You have to learn how to manage your time. You really have to learn how to manage your time. Then balancing volunteering with personal professional commitment. Like I said, I have things that are me, and I have things that I have to show up for. It's already known that Saturdays I am very, very busy. Like I don't even need to price it. I know I am busy. So when I see opportunities that I have to volunteer for, there's another organization I'm working with. It's a 6 month or 8 month project. We started back in October. They do every Saturday too. I went for the first 4 weeks. If you go to their Instagram page, you will see me everywhere. You would think I'm the only one that is on that project. Again, why? People know value. People know what is good. And although I'm not volunteering for them, right? But there are other people that are working with them. And why? Why do I have to be? I've not shown up in. I traveled for 3 weeks. I wasn't there. They did one today. I didn't go. Because I have other commitments. So I'll be the one to now know how to balance my volunteering. I'm not showing up for things that will now contrast the other things I do or my own life, or I will now be sick. I will now not take my self-care very important because I'm volunteering. That's a challenge on its own. And then how do you overcome these things? There's a video I'm going to post on Monday. I think it's 6 tips I shared on navigating on volunteer. I've forgotten the title. Tips, something tips, and this is there. I'll share the video I'll share the link to the video when I post it. So you have to prioritize self-care. You show up or you don't show up, project to run. Hey. So you have to love yourself. You have to know how to somehow just know how to. I mean, we are all different people. For me, I cannot get things, and then I know when to rest. But then for you, it might be really, really different. If you are working now, you cannot say you now leave your job. You do job Monday to Friday, the time you're supposed to use to rest. I mean, we are all different and we have different schedules. And that's why you now have to know how to balance these things. So my HR, so I have an organization and my HR is on this thing. My HR works with Zenith Bank and she's a banker now, they are very busy. But then she's volunteering with whatever it is she can do. She knows the time she shows up for us. She knows the time we have the conversation. She's not saying, so it can also be an excuse that, I'm busy, I'm a banker, 8 to 10, 9 to 5. But then she knows the capacity she should show up for. She's my HR. Like, I'm proud to say it. She said it in our breakout room, and I'm like, come on. So yes, you should learn how to now balance, prioritize yourself, then communicate expectations clearly. I used to ask questions. Now, the man that came to me yesterday that I come and be hosting their event, the first thing I said is, can we jump on a call? I don't want conversation. I don't want it to know. Let's call. Let's trash it out. How many weeks? What am I doing? What is my role? You gave me the first date. I clearly stated I'm not available. So that it will not be that day. I'm not hanging under a tree. I'm inconveniencing myself. I'm trying to rush home because there's one Instagram live I'm supposed to host. Oh, I'm not available for December. I can only be available January something. It is already letting us know how to mutually understand ourselves, and then we know how to use. So you have to communicate your expectations, communicate what you're expecting from the role, what the kind of deliverables you can offer. I was on my own when it has come my host event. It's better now that they've not even started that I should not join. So that it don't look like it's somebody that is dragging their work. Then seek roles that align with your availability and skills. There are remote volunteering. There are volunteering options that you can do remotely. There are ones that you don't have to show up for. Imagine you're a grant writer. What's going on this screen? Who's sharing? Is it okay? There's something. Okay. Don't rush now. You're saying thank you. You're not done. Nika, please get ready to take the questions. I'll just rush my slides. Then you are a doctor, you're a medical doctor, and then you now want to go and volunteer for an organization that they do it to. Oh, you have to choose. You get what I'm saying. So yes, navigating challenges in volunteering. How is this two slide? I don't know. Challenges and strategies. That's where I am now. Challenges and strategies. Write down one challenge you faced or anticipate in volunteering. So a lot of times the challenge I always, I don't have the time to show up for projects. I have been volunteering. So let me give you, I have real and examples I can pull from everywhere. I've been volunteering for one organization since 2017. I started as just a volunteer. I was on their group. Later, I was doing one thing, I can't remember. But now I'm their communications officer. Meanwhile, I have never shown up for any of their events. Like one event like this, I've not shown up. Why? It's always when now they have a work on Monday. I am not in the location they want to have the work. It's always I don't always have, not like time. The location is different from where I am now. And I can't just get to have the time to work with them. But then, if they are talking about one of their best volunteers, they say you'll be somewhere. Because the fact that you are not showing up for project does not mean you should not do other things. Remember, I told you that you are the one that know what you want to get. From this organization, I deal with their donors. I deal with their board members. I deal with the big guys of the organization. I'm the one that have all the comments. If they want to reach out, so they are in a state. And that organization is one of the leading NGOs in Ekiti. If they want to talk to governor today, I'll be the one to draft the letter and find a way it gets to the governor of Ekiti or first lady, advocacy visits, all of that. So it is not, I'm saying this to say that you'll be the one to identify the challenge, but create a solution to it. You don't have to stick to my problem is my work. My problem is if you really want to volunteer, you would create the time. Now, I'm not saying you would show up. Creating the time would mean that you will create what you can offer them. And I think this is where I say thank you for listening to me today. We have our question and answer. Oh, I tried. So we're supposed to have like 20 minutes for question and answer. And I think